Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another UHC recorded round. This is an attempt that we did of Apocalyptic. Apocalyptic is organised by CJ, and this was one of the attempts that we did. It was considered a failed season. It's not... It didn't go well for a variety of reasons, and at the end of the day we've got to respect CJ's wishes, but I'm sure there's no issue with me uploading it. It wasn't the greatest RR perspective from my point of view, but I just thought I would commentate over it and give you my thoughts. Now, the scenario, I can't remember what the scenario was, but it was originally a random team of two, and I was randomly teamed with Cat, which was good. But unfortunately, I was unwell, and I was finding it very difficult to talk, and I will explain how that plays out as the season progresses. But yeah, at the minute we're just gathering resources. Apologies, Cat, if you're watching, but I decided to mute the real audio, at least at this part, because I felt that I just wanted to do at least this first section with post commentary. I'm still not like 100% better as at the time I'm recording the audio for this, but this has been sitting on my computer for a week now, and I just want to get it all done and dusted. There was a variety of other people in the game. Some I knew, some I didn't. There was a guy called Brock. He might have been in... Oh, what was that RR? Oh, it was an RR I did with Strobes a while ago that we won, but I think he might have been the same Brock out of that, but I can't remember, honestly. There was also D-Boss, who is the owner of the disconnected UHC RR. There was also Sneaky, teamed with CJ. There's D-Boss down there actually, although I don't know it at the time. I thought it was Cat. Who else was there? There was... Yeah, there was a few unpleasant characters. I was actually, to be brutally honest, okay, I think I'd spent most of the day in bed. I did not want to get out of bed for anything, but I didn't really want to let... This is my realisation that was D-Boss, because I saw Cat over there, and I went over here to see what he was doing, and yeah, I realised then that wasn't Cat, and it was in fact D-Boss. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I wasn't going to get out of bed for anything or anyone, but at the end of the day, I didn't want to let CJ down. So I managed to drag myself out, and unfortunately, it wasn't the best time, but I did meet some rather unpleasant characters, though there was one person in particular who was unpleasant. But there you go. That's the sort of people you get on the internet. And yeah, that was that. So overall, there was quite a few people I didn't know, but equally there was a few that I did. So it wasn't too bad. You will notice that this episode is the timer anyway had the episode lasting 20 minutes. But as you can see, my episode is going to last just over 13 minutes. The reason for that is because I'd cut a lot out. Since it's not an official RR, I don't see any problem with cutting out, pauses, times when I have to type some admin thing, things like that. Or sometimes I'll just be pausing to have a coughing fit or something. So that's part of the reason why I cut a lot out. Which, again, it just gets rid of stuff that people maybe don't want to watch. Oh, yeah, look at this. Classic. Classic jump in a cave. But there you go. We all make mistakes. Sorry if it's a wee bit dark at the minute, but that's just the way of it when you don't use full bright. Again, just to reiterate, I don't use full bright because I don't want to. Much prefer the authentic darkness of caves. I feel like full bright will take out a large part of the enjoyment of the game for me once I start using it. I'm sure others will be there to testify differently, but we are all different. Just kind of having a look for early iron, I think, at this point, just to see if there's anything I can grab. It is purely vanilla, which is great, because, I mean, let's face it, cut clean is kind of lame. So I'm fairly chuffed about that. And we're back on the surface. That was I've edited this a while ago, and I've got no idea where the cuts are and how big the cuts are. That one was pretty big. But we are now back on the surface. I would have cut that out because that was just me standing still, but as you can see, it didn't last that long, and we're back on the move again. Looks like we found a bit of a cave here, which is good. I did make a lot of mistakes this early part of the game, which was a wee bit unfortunate. But you know, there's not an awful lot you can do to counter it. I mean, obviously you can make better decisions, but once the decision's been made or the mistake's been made, there's very little you can do to go back on it. So at this point, I'm really just thinking about getting down to lava level. Get down to diamond level, grab some easy diamonds or something. But obviously it's easier said than done. Just because you dig down doesn't necessarily guarantee you a cave. But yeah, like we are just digging down right now. I did cut out this part. Most of the footage I left in because at the end of the day it's an RR. It wasn't intended to be an RR. I want to leave as much in as possible. But obviously some of it's going to be a wee bit boring, but there you go. So that was the argument. Once you've seen one RR, you've seen them all. But I don't know. I'm a fan of, you know, RRs just like leaving content in and that, because it's at the end of the day it's, you know, to display our full experience of the game. Anyway, we continue our dark descent to the bottom of the earth. At this point, keep in mind I'm still in a call with... Oh, we are at lava level. I'm in a call with Cat, and it was at this point I realised I hadn't brought any logs with me, and I don't have a crafting table. And my pick is almost broken. So, yeah. Can't even mine an awful lot. And even if I do mine cobble, there's not an awful lot I can do with the cobble because I don't have a crafting table. So, that's it. Nothing else to do except dig up the furnace and head back to the surface to get some logs. Mistake number 1. That's actually, I don't want to label mistakes because I don't actually remember how many more I made. But that was certainly one of the biggest. There's a creeper waiting for us up there, yep. Surprised he didn't explode, to be honest. That could have been an instant GG. Alright, so there's trees over there. We'll have logs in no time. And we'll be back down in the caves. Branch mining is allowed, as far as I can remember. Which is fine if we want to dig for a bit to find a cave. And we'll just grab some logs currently. There we go. As you saw at the start, there was a lot of chickens, which was good. Obviously for arrows and that sort of thing. But I couldn't get leather or reeds, which was a tad unfortunate. But that's okay. We're just going to head back to the cave opening, and we will head back down to bedrock or lava level, whichever you prefer. Bedrock isn't lava level, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah, sorry if my voice isn't very interesting, but it's what illness does to you sometimes. Just trying my best not to lose it here. So we dig back down with the pickaxe. It's almost breaking. I usually like to get an iron pickaxe as soon as possible, just because obviously it lasts longer and it's going to be quicker for mining. But sometimes you're not always lucky with iron at the start, so it really just depends what you get and what sort of situation you're in. And X-Blaze is dead. I think I missed the part where his teammate died, but both of Red Team's members are dead. And so that's one team down. Makes it marginally easier for Cat and myself. I say marginally because at the end of the day, there's still other teams in there. But you know what I mean. At least it's kind of there's less competition for us, so it's easier in that sense. Easier than it would be if there was more teams. Alright, just make some basic tools here. We need to go looking for a cave, which I think we will do. Yep. Just grab the furnaces, grab the crafting table, and off we go. So yeah, branch mining is something that I don't really like doing in RRs, but in this particular one I just wanted to find a cave and I couldn't really be bothered going back up to the surface again, so I just decided to dig for a bit, see if I could find anything. I know it's just because it's the footage isn't that interesting. Although obviously we found something now, but we could have been digging for a longer time and got really unlucky. Thankfully we didn't. Thankfully we have come across this cave, and we will try and get our iron supply, which we will need for full iron. Want to be careful of that lava for obvious reasons. And creepers, want to be careful of them. So cave, at first impressions, it's okay. It looks to be okay. I'm just, it's always one of these things you don't know when it'll end or whatever. But you can't really control that. You just need to explore as much of it as you can, as fast as you can, and then move on if need be. But it seems to go down a wee bit, which is fine. We're getting a bit of iron here. Keep in mind, iron is the priority. I'm not the sort of person that can just go into a cave and find diamonds for diamond armor and then supplement it with iron later. I would prefer to have iron armor at least, so that if I do encounter mobs and take damage to them, I'm not going to take that much damage. Getting our first gold here, which is good. Can't get enough of that, obviously. Vital if we want to stay alive. And as we cross this ravine, that is the end of episode 1. Thank you for watching.